This is Late Night Health. This is the radio show that cares about the most important part of your life, your health. During the next 2 hours, we're going to explore a wide variety of health topics ranging from headaches and tension to taking a look at being an expected father, or maybe even an expected grandfather, and taking a look at gut health as well. We're going to begin our show in just a moment as we talk about migraine headaches and dentistry. Hi, I'm Mark Alyn, along with the insane Darryl Wayne. Welcome to Late Night Health. Be sure to join us at latenighthealth.com, latenighthealth.com. We go to the exciting, exotic city of Encino, California. Did you ever live in Encino? You drove through it, I know.
I had an office building there on Ventura Boulevard for several years.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay, so we know Encino, California, and we go to Martin Gorman from Gorman Dental. Dr. Martin, welcome to Late Night Health.
Thank you very much for having me on.
You know, over the last number of years, we won't go into how many,
okay.
I have talked to many dentists about TMJ. I have never talked about what we're going to talk about today, which is TMD. What's the difference between the two?
Well, basically, TMJ stands for temporal mandibular joint, which is the anatomic position right in front of the ears. So it's an anatomical designation. TMD is temporal mandibular dysfunction, which is really the term that is the name for the disease. But it started off as TMJ, and then someone said, well, that's really the biologic anatomy, and it should be called TMD. So they're really the same thing.
Gotcha.
To the public.
Okay, to the public. But to experts like you, it is completely different.
There's a difference, but, you know.
That'd be like the difference between, I'm trying to think, a microphone and an amplifier, maybe. I don't know.
Probably.
Something like that. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's talk about the fact that millions of Americans suffer from migraine headaches. I mean,
correct.
And these can be debilitating. I have seen people with migraines, and they can't stand noise often. They can't be in light. It's very disruptive to their lives.
Absolutely. And
what causes this?
Well, there are many different causes of migraines. You can have an issue with where you could just change your body position. Like you can just sleep in on a Saturday morning, and your body's used to getting up at 7 to go to work, and you sleep in. That can cause it. Just the movements of sex can cause it. Perfume, weather changes, different foods. There's a lot of different causes. What I deal with here are actually headaches that your pain starts as a headache, and that triggers the migraine. So what I do is I get rid of the trigger, I get rid of the headache, which in vast majority of cases is some form of TMD, and then when you don't get the headache, the trigger's gone to start the migraine.
Did you yourself suffer?
Pardon?
Did you yourself suffer from headaches and migraines?
No, never. I mean, to be honest, the only time I ever had headaches was when I was doing some orthodontic treatment on moving my teeth to get them completely straight.
Got it.
And then it changed my bite, and I started getting TMJ headache issues. And then when I was finished, and I had my bite corrected completely, the symptoms went away.
I thought you were going to tell me that when you were going to dental school, you might have had some headaches.
No,
that's good.
I think they would have been happy if they could give everyone a migraine once in a while.
Yeah, it's what they do.
Exactly.
Do most people recognize that dentists, such as yourself, can help with this, or do they go to physicians who may or may not be ably trained?
Right. It's definitely a big issue, and one of the reasons why I'm glad to be on your show and to promote what we do is that the vast majority of the medical and dental community really doesn't see the relationship of headaches, migraines. that they're really it's a TMJ issue, and it's not a physiological or biological chemical issue the patient may be suffering from. And obviously in instances it does, but let's say the patient goes to a neurologist and they do all the testing, everything's negative, they do an MRI, there's nothing wrong with the brain, well, and they're having headaches. There's a 99% chance probably that those headaches and headaches that lead to migraines are TMJ. I have people coming to me and the list of doctors and different specialists they've seen over the years, and I just know the only thing left that it could be is TMJ.
Amazing. And it's also interesting how migraines are triggered. I mean, you said perfume, sleeping in.
Right.
Sleeping in. I'll have to try that one. I might be willing to experience a migraine if I could get a couple hours extra sleep.
You really don't want to experience a migraine.
No, I don't.
They're really, really, really terrible.
They are. Lights flashing, and you can't work. You can't think. You can't.
Right.
You've got to be by yourself.
And sometimes, I mean, I've walked over to people that we kind of know or just met, that kind of like friends of ours over the years, and say, "Do you suffer from headaches and/or migraines?" And they would say, "How do you know?" And I say, "Well, I can see on your face that the lower third of your face, the distance between your nose and your chin, is really short, like that Popeye look."
Right.
And that means the jaws are overclosed. Well, if the jaws are overclosed, the lower jaw is pulling the muscles, the tendons, the nerves, pulling everything, pulling the jawbone out of the socket. And that when you see that, it's probably about, I think statistically they say it's about 96% when you have that short lower face, you do suffer from headaches, neck, shoulder pain, TMJ.
Wow.
And totally undiagnosed. And to me, it's just looking at the face and seeing something that's out of proportion, doesn't look natural. And anything like that usually is a TMJ issue.
You're a pioneer in bioesthetic dentistry. How does that differ from dentistry?
Okay. That's a very excellent question. I started training in bioesthetic dentistry, 23, 24 years ago. And it took about 2.5 years of going back and forth to San Francisco and Portland, 2 to 4 days at a clip. And what they taught us, and that's how my journey really started to get into TMJ. When we diagnosed a patient, it wasn't just, patient came in, there's 3 broken teeth, let's crown him, and next patient. Well, they taught me the 3 basic questions. What's happening? Why is it happening? What can we do about it? And the problem we have, I think the problem we have, somewhat of an issue in healthcare today, is everyone goes from what's happening to what can I do about it? So everyone's getting treated with medication as opposed to finding the cause of the problem. Why do you have your pain? Why are your teeth breaking?
This is an integrative approach to dentistry and health, rather than just saying, okay, you have a pain, here's some aspirin.
Right, exactly. Here's a pill. And
Right.
I really think that, like for example, pain management. It's the management of your pain. If they were going to cure your pain, it'd be called pain cure doctors, not pain management doctors. So I think it's a huge contributing factor. I know it's a little bit of a joke, but it's a very, very serious issue with the opiate epidemic we have in the country today.
Absolutely. It's how I feel about anti-aging.
Exactly.
Because if you're not aging, you're dead. So
Exactly.
I like to say we're aging gracefully. I think those doctors who have diplomas or certifications, or board certified in anti-aging, should be changed to aging gracefully. I think it'd be much better.
You're right.
Our guest is Dr. Martin Gorman. By the way, if you're in the Southern California area, his phone number, 818-995-1891. That's 818-995-1891. Do you have a website?
Yes, we do. It's GormanDentalCenter.com.
GormanDentalCenter.com.
Correct. Now, to to get back to the bioesthetic question,
right,
if I may.
Sure.
So this whole, what it really taught us was to get the lower jaw in its proper anatomic position in the base of the skull, line your muscles up and get the jaw to work the way it's supposed to work based on the way the muscles are positioned. And I found we had to make a certain appliance and go through a 15, 20 visit process of adjusting the appliance to get everything anatomically correct. And when I realized after doing 40 or 50 of these appliances that pretty much everyone's TMJ symptoms were going away. So I said, I'm doing TMJ.
Wow. Is that what you do 100% of the time?
Well, there's three options. Sometimes we can do something, like if someone comes in and they give me, it's a short history, I just had this dental work done, all of a sudden I'm getting headaches, so my bite doesn't feel right, the dentist can't correct it. Then I know it's a recent thing, you had some crowns made, the bite's not right, let's do something really quick.
We're going to take a time out, and we're going to come back and continue this, if that's all right. Dr. Martin Gorman from the Gorman Dental Center, of course, in Encino, California, is our guest. We'll be back in just a couple of moments with the insane Daryl Wayne. I'm Mark Alyn. Join us at latenighthealth.com. Don't go away. More coming up.
You're listening to Late Night Health with Mark Alyn. The show continues in a moment.
Welcome to Guide to the Soul. This is Robert Clancy. When your life's problems seem to rise and fall like the waves on a stormy ocean, let hope become your life raft and faith become your paddle. Every sea touches a calm shoreline somewhere in the world, and eventually this storm that you're going through will pass too. Never allow negative circumstances to define you. Whatever happens to you in life may be fated, and it certainly can't be changed after the fact. What you can change is how you feel about it and how you're going to let it affect you. Today is a brand new day, and as with any gift, share it with love and gratitude.
For more inspiration from Robert Clancy, visit guidetothesoul.com or go to the Moments with Robert page on latenighthealth.com.
The stigma around mental health disorders and suicide is still very strong in our culture. It's an uncomfortable topic for many of us, and yet it's something we can't afford to ignore, according to Dan Shuck, the author of A Glass Half Empty or Half Full, a children's book for grown-ups. Last month, the CDC released a study that reports suicide rates went up more than 30% in half the states since 1999. A Glass Half Empty or Half Full, a children's book for grown-ups, takes a new approach to addressing mental illness. The book playfully explores pessimism versus optimism to find balance, manage stress, and enjoy life. The book uses humor to provide an opportunity to determine the fullness of our own glass and how to apply it to our daily lives. Donations from the proceeds of the book will be made to a Glass Half Question fundraising campaign for the Brain and Behavior Research Foundation. A Glass Half Empty or Half Full, a children's book for grown-ups, is available from Amazon.com, Kindle, and Barnes & Noble. For more information, visit www.glasshalfquestion.com.